Okay, once again, welcome everybody. Okay, welcome everybody to today's program. I am your host today. I am Odison Olalikon Adiola. I am the Executive Director, Emerald Edu Concept and Services. And in today's webinar, we are going to be looking at digital transformation in the classroom. We're going to be looking at digital transformation in the classroom. This is the second series of the Global Educators webinar. The first series we looked at classroom, global classroom, and now educators can build a global classroom. Today we are going to be looking at digital transformation in the classroom. And then I have two guest speakers in the room this evening, wherever you are watching us from. Before we start, can you put in the comment box where you are joining live from? Your country, your name, and the country you are joining from. Like I've said the other time, we have over 16 countries represented on that platform. So we want to know the highest number of countries. Let's know the country that you are joining from live, your name and the country that you are joining from. Please, let's do that on time. I'll be ready to receive yours, your name, and the country you are joining from. And having said that, like I've said the other time, we have two important guest speakers. We have two important guest speakers amidst us. We have Anne from Russia, and we have Dr. Lucien from Tanzania. They will be sharing with us their expertise, ideas, and information tonight on this webinar. Having said that, please let's keep making it coming. Your name and the country you are joining from. Your name and the country you are joining from. In order not to waste our time, we are gathered here. We have gone to why we are gathered here. We are gathered here because we want to learn about how to build a global classroom. How do we build a global classroom? And how to use digital tools for various classroom and non-classroom activities. We are in the era of digital age. Okay, we have about 8 Nigerians, 1 South African. We are the Tanzania. We are the Tanzanians. We are the Ugandans. We are the Benin Republicans. We are the we have the Tanzanians now. Okay. We are the Ugandans. We are the Ghanaians. Just tell us your name and where you are joining from live. Your name and where you are joining from live. Okay, so like I've said, we are building a digital, we are looking at how we can digitize education, both in classroom and outside classroom. Education has gone digital. So in today's session, we are looking at how we can use technology to foster and to improve learning outcome. So, like I said, our first speaker for today will be Anne. Okay, Tanzanians are coming in now. Okay, our first speaker today will be Anne. Anne is from Russia. Anne is a Microsoft Innovative Educator. She is a global teacher. She's a YouTuber. She's a digital specialist. And then she's here with us. Anne, if you are still here with us, please can you signify? Anne?
Yeah, my name is Anna. Thank you.
Okay, yes. Mrs. Anna, I'm going to make you a co-host now.
Thank you.
So that if you want to share your screen. So, Mrs. Anna is a global speaker, is a global educator. She's an EdTech specialist, and she's going to be taking us in the first lecture. Mrs. Anna, you have the floor. Mrs. Anna, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. I can see that so many people have joined, and I feel so grateful for you. So as a thank you, I'm going to share with the Wakelet Resource Collection with you So I'm going to mention lots of cool applications today. I hope that you will find something new. And I will share with the resource link, one link where you can find all of the resources that I will mention today. But for now, I would love to ask you to mute yourself because it's very hard to speak, when there are lots of noises. So please mute yourself. Your mic should be crossed like in a red line. It means that your device doesn't make any noises. So we've got so many great people who join us, as I said, and everyone, please check your microphones that they are mute. Because I want everyone hear us, and since it's recorded on YouTube as well, so everyone who is watching us as a recorded version, thank you for watching, and I hope that you will find your highlight your wows and post them on socials. You can tag me. I will share with the contacts. I'm so grateful to our host and for inviting me. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Please give me a sec. It's always the trickiest part for me. I'm sorry. So this is the screen. I think this is what we need. I hope so. So could you tell me what you can you see our collection with the poster?
Yes, we can see. We can see.
Yeah. So this is the right one for sure. So as you see, this is the resource collection that I would ask kindly. I shared this on our Facebook Messenger to share with you, or I can do it on my own anytime later. For now, I'm going to show you what you will get about the resources. There are lots of. This is my contact list, so you can find me. This is my digital portfolio, landing page, whatever. You can find the names of the applications and the direct links to this application, so you don't have to scroll around and looking for them. So all of them, they're going to be here. Also, you will find the links to videos, tutorials. We have some, because I'm myself a host and run webinars for teachers, and sometimes we have not sometimes, we always have cool guest speakers, but also the cool platforms that you can use in your classroom. Yeah, please mute yourself so there are no noises for us. And I would love to start with one of my favorite applications that I use every day. And I keep all of my digital space on Wakelet. So as you see, this Wakelet resource collection is actually built on Wakelet. And that's why I would love to start sharing about it. So this is my profile where you actually can see everything that I do on Wakelet. And I can share with the link, so you can go straight away and see what you can actually create on Wakelet. We've got I personally have 30 minutes to share, and I can't dive in, into details about all of the platforms that I would love to mention. But just where is our chat? I'm sending you the link. And I will show you what categories you can find on Wakelet. You can give me a follow if you want to get notifications, because it's a new feature. You see, I'm quite popular person on Wakelet, so I love sharing resources. Yay. Not too shy person, right? And you can find my socials here. You can find the categories that I can be helpful for you. So since I'm a language teacher, there is a whole category as English language teaching. And here it's downloading a bit, because we are live and everything is so slow now. So English language teaching, you can find lots of lesson plans, lots of ready to use resource collections for your students, because I love this. Being a language teacher means that you should provide lots of vocabulary, topics and exercises. And as an example, this is the category where you can learn all about Wakelet, and also some other cool resources. We talk a lot about holidays, in education. There are lots of resources, exercises, worksheets, flashcards, quizzes, lots of things you can find. Earth Day, that we talk a lot about environment these days. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's everything. Most of these collections are made with my students, so you can easily collaborate with your students, and they can join and add their resources, text, links, any links. I just want to show you how it looks. This is our like a lesson for question words. You know, we need to learn question words in English. And this is the video that I made for my students on YouTube. They love it, by the way. So, and these are the flashcards we made on Buncee. And these are the PDF that you can attach so you can use it as offline resource, right? So also there are interactive activities like Quizlet. We love them. If you haven't tried Quizlet, just go to my public profile on Wakelet and, you know, you find these lessons and try them. They're all for free. And all of the tools that I'm going to mention today, they are free, you know. So also you can learn, like you can use PNG, you can use a worksheet as PDF, again, as links, interactive ones. It looks pretty cool, and there is no limit. So you can add as many resources as you want, and you can, you know, curate your collections and organize them in the way that you want, that you need it. So you can score any goal by curating and organizing this way. This is super cool, I think. Don't you think so? Have you tried Wakelet, by the way? Please share in the chat if you have tried it, because I myself, I love this tool, and you can start it for free. So most welcome. And Holiday and Project Global Planner, this is something that we absolutely love. I created this with a column option. So it's like calendar, and each month is dedicated to a holiday, but you can make it for anything. Like if you want to, not only for holidays, you know, if you do not celebrate it. You see where it's May, right? So it's something like Spring and Labor Day in Russia, we celebrated here, Cinco de Mayo on the 5th of May. I also teach Spanish for primary students, English, Spanish, and my first language is Russian. So, and Mother's Day, it's on 9th May. Are you ready with your students? So you just can grab these resources, Mother's Day, end of the year activities. This is a collaborative space where other teachers from across the globe added their activities to this collection. You know, you just hit the link, you can see how many people have shared their resources. It's amazing, I think. So again, you can find holiday resources. I think it's on my public profile that I have already shared with you. And this is example of Earth Day collection, which I'm so proud of. We made it with my students again. I had incredible speaker, Manuela Correa from Portugal. She shares a lot about little actions do matter, no plastic. She shares so many incredible stories. And my students, they made feedbacks for her. They never did it, but they did for her because she inspired them so much. This is Jane Goodall, and my students then made these presentations on Buncee, but you can use Google Slides, you can use PPT or Canva, whatever you use these days, or Adobe Express. So there are so many options. But you know what? I usually use Wakelet as a presentation. It's free for me and for you, so you can start. This is my presentation for our today's webinar, and I'm sharing this straight away. Again, if you like anything throughout this webinar, you can give me just a shout out on socials and tag me. Please tag me, because I want to see what you like the most. I know these people, I've met them at conferences, and they will love watching you go. If you want to become ambassador on Wakelet, it's easy, you know, it's super easy. So I want to inspire you to start using these platforms because they are for free. You can, some of them, they've got like for money, but you can use them for free as well. It's great, I think. So the next tool that I'm going to mention, just yesterday we had a webinar with amazing Ikram Kandola. He's from UK, and he is a co-founder of Teachify. Teachify, it's free for teachers now. Just start using it because it's amazing. It uses AI. So what you need to do, you just follow this link. I'm sorry, I'm not looking into. Awesome, we will definitely do. Thank you so much. I love your comments. Can you hear me? Oh, let me check. Oh,
Yes,
yeah, you can hear me.
we can hear you.
So probably it wasn't my issue, but please check your audios as well. So choose a resource to generate. You can use, they use AI. It's much easier than ChatGPT or something. They use really cool formats, you know, for that. You can create lesson plan in seconds. Check me out, because, you know, every lesson, I was thinking with what platform should I start my webinar with, sharing with you. I think that lesson plan is the most important thing. Like we kick off every lesson with lesson plan. So what you need to do, you know, present simple versus present continuous, just for example, the age of your student, because I teach students whose first language isn't English. I always try to slow down the category or the age level of my students when I use the prompts for AI. So I try to use, if not the fifth grader, 8 years old is okay. Okay, generate. Listen, how many seconds? And we are live. How many seconds have passed? Like, okay, we've got the whole lesson plan. Introduction, 10 minutes. Presentation, 15 minutes. If you're new in education, or if you're like very young teacher, if you haven't got this practice much, it's easy with AI these days. So I definitely... could you please mute yourself, because it's very loud. Thank you. Yes, so you can see that there's even the timing, so you don't have to pay attention to the details and think about, oh my gosh, how much time do I need to spend on that? There's practice, production, conclude, everything that you need. And what I personally love, like with all my heart, when the platform supports inclusivity and accessibility. You can, if you don't have internet connection, or anything happen, you just can save this lesson as PDF and share with your students. You can correct, edit this thing by downloading to your device. It will be you will open this in Word format, Word Online, or sorry, in just Word, okay, Microsoft Word, for example, and you can just, edit it as the way you want. So this is so cool, I think. This is my favorite part. And also present simple, what you need to start your lesson with, and all of these things. It's not the only feature that you can use there. Lesson plan, but this is the most important one, I think. We start everything. And Teachify, they, present themselves like it's something that's all about easy lesson planning. So this feature is the most powerful here. Lesson handouts, PowerPoints you can create the same way in a few seconds. Quizzes, homework, true or false activities, flashcards, Kahoot quiz, comprehension questions. You see? For free. Just sign in and go. And this is fantastic, I think. So the next, which is somehow similar, and my favorite feature it's appschoolai.com. Of course, they use AI. Of course, it's all about AI to save teachers time. I'm not...
to have him today as he joins us from Zoko, Nigeria. You're very much welcome, sir.
Thank you. So I'm not... I just can't imagine my days without using App School AI, especially these features. You see how many things you can create here. I just want to showcase the whole number. Lesson plan, multiple choice quiz, rubrics, worksheets, build your own, jokes, story word problems, text level. I don't pay for that. It's for free. You just go, you just create your account, you can create your space, you can create so many things here. And what I mentioned that I love the most is worksheets. Where are they? They were somewhere here. I want to find them. Okay, just I don't see because of this tab. Yeah, here we go. I have already created around 19 documents. Because I always try, and I just love this feature, you see? So for instance, we can use like present simple. Again, this, grammar is such a pain point for my students. Present simple versus present continuous. So is it correct? Let's check the spelling. The grade. Okay, let it be the second grade, generate. What do you think about this? And magic is happening. Choose the correct tense. All of these exercises, they are not the same ones. So some were our students, they need just to work with the formats, the grammar, they just need to pick up. They're all different. That's what I love, the diverse of these exercises. A reflection. Can you see that? Teachers they don't have to think about this part as well. Everything is generated. Teacher notes, sorry, end of worksheet, that's it. And every time you can change the prompt, you can regenerate this, or you can edit this. And every time you click regenerate, you will see that these activities have changed. Can you see this? These are not the same ones. Choose the correct tense, different with, right? Fill in the blanks, true or false. Just a few seconds and you're ready to go. Of course, you can export. Of course, you can share it. You can edit it anytime. What do you think about this application? I think that sometimes you just need to, to practice something on the spot. But what about individual approach? Of course, we've got lesson plan, but sometimes we need, to support our students with more activities. And this is the way. Free, absolutely free. I'm not promoting anything for money or something, So you just use it in a few seconds. I want to see your reactions. So helpful. Thank you so much. Happy Alim Win. Wow, love this name. So please, some of us are not benefit because of sound. I'm not sure about the sound. Let me check if it could be but my microphone is so cool. I love it, guys. It's really nice sound. It should be nice sound. So I'm closing this, but again, the link to this application you will find in the Waycode resource collection. Have I shared it already or not? Tell me, please. I'm gonna share it straight away because I don't want to miss this opportunity. So sharing. Let's move on. So the next tool is Magic School AI. It's a bit similar, but again, it's not. There's so many old tools, and there are so many options. There's even a chatbot. Raina, I think. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. I forgot, totally forgot. Like, I think Raina, she will guide you. She will help you if you're stuck with this, That's blow-minding, right? Again, I don't pay for that application. I'm on a free account. I don't pay for that. So you can use these things, and I love not text translator, but let me see, vocabulary. When you want to have a text, yes, this one. When you want to create a text for your students so they can drill the vocabulary. Let me see, first grade, okay, topic of text, what it could be? It could be family. Vocabulary to include family words, or family members. One paragraph is enough, but you can add two paragraphs. Like this text could be longer. Families are made up of different people called family members. Some families have a mom, dad, and kids, while others have grandparents. You see, the language is easy one, like the level of language is easy. Cousins to each family member special, that's great. And also you can regenerate, of course, you can edit your prompt and all of these things. So it's pretty much easy. You can also add actions like translate, questions, length, summarize, custom. You can use the read aloud option, and this totally supports accessibility, right? So probably your students, they can't read well, or they've got dyslexia. If you're a special educator in special education, you need to support your students. Not all of them can read well, especially in the second language, come on. But if they've got dyslexia, they're struggling with reading in general. So we always need to support with that. There's more button. You can save your resources. Of course, it's one paragraph, but I just want to highlight how this feature works. This is one of my favorites, but you can find yours because there's a great list and we don't have that much time to, to go through all of them. Defeat. I think it's amazing. Again, it's something similar to this, but they don't provide many features like School AI or Magic School AI. But what they do, I'm in love with this. Just listen, what can we do? The history of, for example, I want my students to read the history of Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is upcoming, Mother's Day. So what we have, fifth grade, yeah, let's make it like third at least. And it's going to be English. Okay, let's generate resources. Check this out. I love this, tip or phrases that AI applications, they always like read a bit, but they're generating like for 2 seconds, but they suggest to read something. So we don't waste our time, So you can also export defeat. So you can download your resources. And I love this feature so much. The history of Mother's Day. They're always pictures. It looks like presentation. You see, 1, 2, 3, you can support your students not only with text, because we live in the era of visuals. Like I'm visual, your students are visual, they need pictures. And that's how the history of Mother's Day. Mother's Day, you see some 3 paragraphs, and it's all about Mother's Day, the history of Mother's Day. Summary, you can edit anything. So the students read the summary, key vocabulary words. For me, being a language teacher, it's like, the best day ever. And there's also the part of speech of the word and multiple choice questions. So your students can not only read the text, drill new vocabulary, like learn new words, but also they see the activities, they can take them and they can, understand the text. You can check it for sure. Short answer questions, open-ended prompts. That's beautiful. This is one of my favorite things. Also, of course, we need to entertain somehow our students and support gamification in the classroom. And I just want to ask you a question. What's a gamification tool, the tools of gamification do you use with your students? Or what tools do you know? Just share in the comment box. Like Kahoot, do you know about, have you heard about Kahoot? Of course. Yes, 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 my friend. Thank you, Happy Alimwin. So it's true, students need visual than tech. Yes, because and especially in special education again. So I had so many dyslexic learners. I'm super passionate about inclusivity and accessibility in the classroom. I am a speaker on that for over 4 years so far. I've been a speaker at Microsoft Accessibility Week. I know lots of tools, and I know how much students with dyslexia they struggle. So it's like, I want to cry. Yes, Kahoot, have you tried quizzes? Because today is the day. They have integrated AI. And now, like, I'm not a big fan of Kahoot. Sorry, I'm not. Just not. They are too restricted, they're not too inclusive for me. And I love quizzes so much. I just want to say that in the resource collection that I have already shared in the chat with you, but you can reach me out, I can share it again. You will find not only the link to quizzes, but you will find the quizzes that I have made with my students with 3 seconds. So how it works, I just want to highlight. It's really easy. We have been celebrating, I just want to highlight my library. We have celebrated Women's History Months in March. The whole month we've been celebrating. I was running live quiz shows for my students and for global students on my YouTube channel. And you can see that Audrey Hepburn, Catherine II, Frida Kahlo, all of this I have made with AI on quizzes. I think it's amazing tool. It took me 3 seconds or so. We click create button. We use quiz. We use, for example, generate from text. You can add the topic. What topic are we going to use? Like, give me something. Okay. Easter words. Easter words. Easter vocabulary. Because Easter, we are celebrating his Easter just when? Tomorrow. We're celebrating Easter here. So it's super cool. And the grades, okay, let it be the 3rd grade, and we need to change the subject to English. And I love using not automatic number of questions. I prefer the, 15. 15 is the limit. So, and we just click generate questions. So let's see. We need vocabulary. We hit this category. So it's like the sections, like, some people, they have already created like beautiful collections, so you can use them as well. There's a great library. You don't have to start from scratch anything. So what is the term for Thursday before Easter? Sunday? Yes. What do you call all the week leading up to Easter Sunday? You see that all of the correct answers, they are highlighted with a green tick. This is amazing. You can edit anything. And I personally, oops, what is it? What am I doing? So you can add it anything. You can add more questions if you want to, and you can add interactive videos. This is something new, actually, and I can't wait to try it. And of course, you can search more questions. You can update anything. You can see the content from community and my library. It's mean your library. So this is fantastic. And you know what I like the most, of course, like translate quiz. Since I also teach Spanish, so I can do it one click. I just clicked. So you know. ¿Cuál es el término para el jueves antes del domingo de Pascua? It's in Spanish. So you can automatically, you know, if you don't want to translate your students, you can say, hey, here's the quiz in your native language, in the first language. Now you know the context, what is all about. Isn't it amazing? You can publish it. It can be in your library. You can share with your colleagues straight away. Like I did in my collection, I shared with Frida Kahlo quiz. I think this is amazing. We are so inspired by Frida Kahlo here. So this is quizzes. I highly recommend it. And students, they play with their devices. If you don't have many devices in your classroom, you know, you can share the link and your students can take it as a home task activity. You can share with your colleagues, you can share with the world. I think it's so inspiring. So this is something that we love, creating books, digital books. Also, it could go like presentations. Book Creator, it's for free and for students. Students have their own registration way, and teachers have their own personal space. This is our library. You can create different libraries. You see, this is me, Maria. Maria have created the book about her. I just want to show how beautiful it is and what tools of accessibility you can find here. Let's click play and let's see how it works. So this is it works like a book, and I want to say that this Book Creator is a choice of my students. It's really easy. They don't use Google Slides, they don't use Canva, they don't use PPT. They use Book Creator for creating their digital presentations. And I'm from Labutnangi. It's in the north. It's Yamal Peninsula. 9 months of winter. People, we are like, we've got lots of snow throughout the whole year. And this is her. And she made it on her own. I didn't help her at all. I just checked, you know, the words, of course, the grammar structures. I think this is so beautiful. And also, there's an option, read to me. But you need to switch the language. Of course, there are settings where you can find the word, the language, sorry. You can switch to English and choose the voice. So we can go to the beginning of this presentation. I hope you can hear it. So the language is now correct, so you can curate and, you know, fix that anytime. There are lots of great books. I just can't show you everything because we are limited with the time, but this is about Audrey Hepburn. My students made this book about her for Women's History Month. So we are part, Frida Kahlo, check this out. This is so beautiful. This is like in the, not in the reading regime. So, but look, before you read the quote, this is something that we have tried with Talking Head. So this is so beautiful, and lots of other great books that my students have already created on Book Creator. So more love for your students. Sometimes I highly recommend to use Microsoft Flip. Again, it's for free. Your students need to use their oral skills to speak aloud. Not only because you're a language teacher, you need to force them to make it, but also to empower their voices. Sometimes our students, they are not used to share their thoughts. They like this, especially, you know, in Russia, we don't, we are not as sociable like many people say, like we don't smile. That's a joke, of course, but somehow that might be true. So this tool helped my students to be more sociable, and it helped them to learn to start expressing their thoughts out aloud. It's so important, I tell you. Look, there are so many beautiful videos, different projects, and emojis like PBLs and lots of things. I just want to show you, not cultural students, about me. Again, These are the topics, and now with the AI, the topics can be generated for you. Like you need to practice family words, or your students need to about you, tell about your age, where you're from, you know, anything like project, history project or something. And you just use the AI thing, and the topic with the questions can be generated for you. This is very new and cool feature on Microsoft Flip. And your students, they're sharing, they can cover their faces. It could be like postcard, voice only. So you can also, my favorite thing, you can create mixtapes for your students, like voice portfolios, we call them. And their names for my students, we share it as a, at the end of the study year with parents, so parents can see what their students achieved. I think this is so important. So Microsoft Flip, one love, and they totally empower student voices for sure. Something that I use regularly, this is Miraboard, it's for free. I use a free account. Look what we've done. This is like days of the week boards. You can create on one board, it's limitless. You can create as many mini boards as you want. So this one dedicated to days of the week. This game is you need to by telling telling teacher the name, the letter. Sorry, just I lost the words. They need to guess what day of the week there is hidden. So let's try. What letter? Name the letter. Just any letter. This is the day of the week, one of them. You see? What day of the week do you think? Don't tell me the name. Tell me the letter, one letter. Use the chat. Come on, any letter. What day of the week it could be? Any letter. Come on. M. No. You see, this is the Lovable. And it's coming to this house. So every time when the students tell me the wrong letter, so the Lovable, you know, it's getting closer and closer to the house, and they got really competitive. Oh, there's another letter, I guess. S. S, there is S. I think this one. Let's try. Yes. Come on, teachers, you can make it. So there's S. There's no U. There is no U. So let's, come on, some more letters. Okay, but we can skip it because they want to waste your time. So this is how it works. And students, they move throughout this task until they haven't guessed all the letters, and now they know the word. There's one more. Okay, let's define it. S-A. No. Oops, there was the second Lovable for sure. So this is like super fun. Let's see. F, no. God, people, come on, we need to save this. Homeowners. This is my cat resting. Lucky creature. D. Yes. Yes. 2 Ds. Now, do you know the word? Okay, type the word. Type in the word if you know what day of the week it is. Okay, yes. 2 E's. Wow. Jerome, great. Jerome, great. Sorry, if I'm pronouncing in correct way. I hate pronouncing names in incorrect way. I'm so sorry for that. E, yes, we've got E. So what day of the week is it? Do you know? Yes, yes, Fatima, you're rocking. Yes, beautiful, absolutely. It's Wednesday, Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday, Abraham. That's correct. You see, and your students will love it. You may not use Miro for this game, of course, but in Miro, there are so many options there for free. We can't use Jamboard these days, you know that. We can't do that, but there's Kami, there are more options. The last ones that we have made, and I absolutely love, I just want to show you. Wait. Where is it? Oh, Past Simple. Look. It's dedicated to Past Simple, and not only, especially to, you know, you can create mind maps. That's what Miro is famous for. But also you can drill, you know, this irregular verbs. Be, was, were, been. become, became, become, and all of these things. I think it's super useful. I absolutely love this. So let's move on. And here it's Adobe Express. If you are social creator, content creator, or if you run your school websites or just your students, you teach them how to use, again, how to create presentations, how to make videos or something with AI, animate from video. This is such a cool thing. It's your students, they use their voices, and they're cool creatures. I just want to share again the video, how you can use it. It's on my channel. I can attach it to, sorry, I haven't attached it, but you can find it on my channel, or I can attach it a bit later to Wakefield Resource Collection. You see, your students record their voices. It could be a text. And these creatures, they can use them. You know, they can use choose the background, the size for different socials, but you may not post it, but they just can see the power of this cool feature. I absolutely love it. And this animates creature, it speaks in a very good quality. I highly recommend to try this feature on Adobe Express. There is also Adobe Education, where you can find lots of free courses for teachers. I highly recommend Adobe Express. And there's the whole universe. It's like if you use Canva, Adobe Express is so cool. You know, it's so powerful. It's animate from audio you can find here and not in Canva. You can create anything, any digital presentations or posts, you know, remove backgrounds, convert to GIF, lots of things. Instagram posts, it's amazing. So for Microsoft Designer, I would love to highlight this. I think this is the final feature that I would love to highlight for today. But I can do more for sure. But this is the most powerful tools for me that I use like daily. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna refresh the page. So Microsoft Designer is, again, it's something that's replacing Canva, in my opinion, with AI options. You can create templates. Like you see, limited edition Christmas Minecraft. I'm not male. I wanna okay, let's try this one and then we can regenerate. Male skin with brown hair, eye blue, black hoodie, and then something like this. This is a template from my colleague. I think Sean has made it. I'm not sure, but I want to give him a shout out anyway. So you can generate anything and share with your students. You can provide them a chance to check how well they know the vocabulary, or they can see the power of creation, you know, to feel that you can create something from scratch, or, you know, by using a template, they can create their own characters for story, or, you know, storytelling is so powerful as well. So let's click generate. I hope you know what Minecraft is all about. I think it's so popular, and students, they love Minecraft a lot, like globally in the world. And it's an educational game. And now we're generating a creature. So let's see. You can also generate anything like pictures, posts, again, lots of things with Microsoft Designer. It's free. And it's still generating. You see? So actually, I shared on my Instagram with my creation, and it was so popular. Like, people love it. You can generate something like, oh wait, sorry, oops. I clicked again, generate. I wanted to click edit. Okay, let's refresh it and see if we could just, you know, edit it. So I want to check to female, pale, something like this, with blonde, eyes green, like dress, let it be like I'm wearing today. And okay, generate. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not sure what is going to happen, but they can create any pictures. Like if they like what Lego, they can create their creature. If I don't know what your students like these days. What my students, they like Lego a lot. Like they can talk a lot about it. Or Minecraft. What your students like? You see, I have created myself. So this is so sweet. And your students, they can create anything. A teddy, a car, supercar. You know, let's help your students to empower their not only voices, but imagination and creativity. Why not? So I highly recommend, again, to use Microsoft Designer. It's so amazing. Again, I would love you to share your highlights and screenshots on socials. You can find me on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter or X. You can give me follow and get notifications if you want to see what I'm sharing with. And I can share again with the Waycode resource collection. So, or anything that you would love to. And I just want to share with, okay, I want to ask you to grab a selfie with you if you don't mind. Are you ready? If you can, you can, yeah, if you can turn on your cameras if you want to, like with your face on, and we can grab a selfie. Ready?
Okay, you want to take a picture? That's fine. That's fine. Please, everybody can turn on their camera so that she can take a picture. Okay, okay, Miss Anna. Okay, can take a picture.
Ready?
Everybody can turn on their camera. Yeah, you can take a picture.
Jeremy,
Okay.
I love this.
That's fine. That's fine. You can on your camera so that she can take pictures. Okay.
So 1, 2.
Okay.
3.
Yeah. Anna, before you go.
Yes.
I don't know if there are questions. If you have anybody with questions before the second speaker
Yeah,
come on board.
I'm not leaving this way. Of course, if you've got questions, I would be so happy to cover your questions.
Okay. Anybody with question, please, if you have question, kindly signify or possibly put it in the comment box. If you have question, put it in the comment box. We don't want anything ado. If you have question, either you put it in the comment box or you signify by raising up your hand, so we can give you audience. Signify by raising up your hand. We really want to tell you. If you have question on this session, if you want to ask Anna any question, raise up your hand or put it in the comment box. Raise up your hand. Okay. Does that mean we do not have any question for Anna?
No questions.
Does that mean we do not have question for Anna?
I overwhelmed you. I know there are so many resources these days. So, but you can choose any that you like the most.
Miss Anna, somebody said you cannot get your link.
I just shared again. Please, could you, Tina, could you check the links? 2 links. There must be 2 links. First to my public profile on Wakelet, and second is to the things that I mentioned for today, the resource collection. I just shared them.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Are you using all these free? Yes, as I said, yes. Some of them, they've got account, not basic ones, but I don't use it. Everything that I shared, I don't pay for them. I'm on a free account. So thank you. Thank you, Chamba. Thank you for the lesson. You're so kind. Yeah, if you learned something, I hope that you can share anywhere. You can reach me out or on socials. I would be so grateful. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you.
Okay.
If they're free, thank you. Yes, it's not me. It's thanks to platform developers who made them free for us. Sorry for interrupting.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can reach out to Anna. Kindly go to our page on Emerald Edu Concept and Services. We tag Anna there, or you can check me out on Odison Olaleko on Facebook. Send me a like. You can reach out to Anna there. Then, of course, our link is on our YouTube. This session is live on YouTube. You can reach out to Anna there as well. Anna, you can drop your Facebook and your YouTube link for people that want to link up with you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One
for
second.
people that want to link up with you. Okay, you can share it.
This is my YouTube channel.
You can link up with Anna on YouTube or Facebook. She will share a link with you. So it's a wonderful class. I know the viewers will love to share. What's it called? Okay, there is a question. Is there any question? Nelson Emanuela, is it that you are asking a question or what? Nelson Emanuela, please put your question in the comment box, in the chat box. Put your question in the chat box before Anna leaves, or before we end this first session. Okay. Nelson Emanuela, can you put your question there? Okay. She has mentioned a lot of apps. Miss Anna, please, can you recap the apps that you mentioned? And all of them are free, of course.
All of the applications, could you click the link so you can read them? They're all attached in the collection. So I can name them again, of course, but you can find in the resource collection for if the sound isn't well, isn't good for now. So I mentioned Book Creator, Wakelet, Microsoft. There's so many, it's insane. You won't remember anything if I'm going to list them. Just, scroll, take your time. Just my advice. Don't, feel yourself that, oh my gosh, it's too much. There's too many applications. There are too many, sorry. So, but little steps by little steps, try one, then in the meanwhile, another application. If you don't like it, just keep it. There's a great variation of the applications.
Okay.
Yes. They're great libraries and they're great categories. Lots of, if you're a math teacher, teacher of physics, if you're a chemistry or whatever, there's great category like list. Not only for language teachers like me. So you can find your subject. Language teacher, you too. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a good one. I hope you are all enjoying this session. We are really enjoying Anna's session. Is lovely and wonderful. Okay, because of our time, thank you so much, Anna, for this session. I hope you have dropped your Facebook and LinkedIn link so that people can
sure.
Okay, she is gonna drop it now. Okay, so you can link up with her. So you can link up with her. The session was quite enjoyable, very creative and explicit.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
So quickly, let's quickly go to the second session. Mr. Dr. Lucien, if you are around, please can you signify? And we want to be sure you are around. Dr. Lucien. Dr.
Yeah,
Lucien.
Hi. Yes, hi.
Oh, wonderful.
I hope you can hear me. You can see.
Yes, very clearly. Let me quickly share your profile with the audience. Yes, coming on board now is our second speaker for today, and the person of Dr. Lucien Ngeze. Dr. Lucien Ngeze is a lecturer at the University of Dodoma, Tanzania. Since 2010, he has been lecturing. He teaches courses on educational technology, instructional design, MOOC design, and development. Since 2011, he has been training school teachers on how best to integrate technology in teaching their subjects. He's now working on developing a model that will involve teachers to become effective teachers trainers. Dr. Lucien completes his PhD in educational technology at the India Institute of Technology, Bombay, India. He has worked with teachers in both face-to-face workshops and online meetings. He trained teachers on effective use of educational technology tools in teaching and learning. His area of research include e-learning integration of ICT in classrooms, online courses, and MOOC design and instructional design. Dr. Lucien has also developed 4 online courses that are aimed at helping teachers transform their own teaching practices to 21st century teaching. Over 1,500 teachers from sub-Saharan Africa have benefited from the courses Dr. Lucien has created. Dr. Lucien is a researcher. He has published in national and international peer-reviewed journals. He is also a consultant in his areas as he has worked with many projects related to ICT integration, teacher professional e-learning and online course design and development. You can look at that link to check on Dr. Lucien Ngeze. Permit me to present to you Dr. Lucien Ngeze. Permit me to present to you Dr. Lucien Ngeze. Please, we can give him a round of applause as he takes the please kindly mute your mic. This is an official program, please. It is expected that if you are in official programs like this, you mute your mics, please. Dr. Lucien, you have the floor.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Eminat, for your introduction. And thank you for the chance to be able to share a little bit about what I do. And so can you allow me to share my screen? Because I think I'm not able to share from this end.
Okay, your screen, I do not have your. Okay,
I mean,
wait.
okay.
Have you sent
I can share now. I think I can share now.
You are a post. Yes, you can share. Yes.
Okay. All right. So thank you again, Anna, for sharing about which are really very helpful to teachers. I was able to catch up some new technologies as well to be able to use in my teaching. So I was happy to hear about the Magic Tool and DFIT. The quizzes, I've been using that for some time. And Miro.com, I used this several times. So there are other like book creators I haven't used the book creator, but I've used one open educational book creator that we have been using for creating open educational resources. And the rest were new to me. So I'm trying to get some time to be able to explore all of them and see how I can be able to use them in my teaching. So again, so maybe I start with the introduction a little bit. My name is Lucien. Again, I'm a lecturer here at the University of Dodoma in Tanzania. And so I do more on teaching, research, and consultants. And I have been working with teachers since 2011, focusing on training teachers on face-to-face mode and online modes as well. I have also developed a number of online courses that engage teachers in many ways to help them in transforming from teacher-centered to learner-centered way of teaching, but also becoming 21st century teachers. And I am now focusing on creating large-scale training models that can be used for teaching and training teachers in Tanzania and also of the world. So these are some of the pictures I was involved when I was doing some teacher training. This one was one in Mwanza, Tanzania, where I was training about 35 teachers. And then we have other sessions where I train teachers in secondary schools in Morogoro region in Tanzania. And these are also some sessions that, depending on the request, they press and they offer. And this is also a session where I was training teachers, and they now what you call mathematics tutors, and meaning the teachers who are teaching teachers in teacher training colleges. And I have also been able to create a number of online courses that you can be able to access through this website. I will share the link in the meantime. And then I have also a YouTube channel where all the videos about the online courses we offer can be obtained. If you have some time, you can be able to explore and see all the videos out there. So that was just in summary of what I do. Now I have to go to the next part of my discussion. So I was given a topic on digital transformation in education, looking at how digital transformation can help us be able to see the future of education in our ways of teaching and learning. And therefore, my discussion is more on questions. So I would like to, I have set up a few questions that I think will be guiding our discussion. And I need this discussion to be participative, and therefore, many of the answers will come from your side, and I'll be harmonizing all your responses. So be prepared to start responding to your questions, to the questions. And to do that, we'll be using our chat. So there is a question that we post, and then use the chat to respond to the question. Just give your own opinion and perception of what you know about the question. And then we can also come back in picture to be able to give the feedback in general. Now, if that is clear, I'm going to start with the first question. What do you mean? Well, I mean, what do you get when you hear the word digital transformation in education? What picture do you get? I mean, what comes in your mind when you hear digital transformation in education? Use the chat and share some observations from your end. And then I will be able to read some of the chats, the comments. What is digital transformation? Anyone who has something, just type something about what you know about digital transformation in education. Okay, so I see one saying that is using digital tools. Okay, that is one side. What else? Okay, Jerume says the use of technology in education. That is perfect. That's all right. What do others? Any comment from your end?
Sorry, please. You are supposed to use the comment. Only the comment.
Use the comment section. Yes, down there. So I see Omolola says it's about. Okay, so you speak about finding your space in the digital world, how the world is being transformed by digital tools. That's all right. And then the use of technology in bringing about a change in teaching and learning. So I see many of the answers are just around there. For example, Hamed says digital transformation means application of using digital technologies in education. That's all right, and that this is the answer. So when we speak of about digital technology, we are focusing on how we integrate technology in teaching and learning. So there are many ways we can use technology in teaching and learning. Like what Anna said, she has been speaking about many technology tools that you can use in teaching and learning. And this is the way where we are speaking about digital transformation, meaning that we are applying or integrating technology in many ways in the ways of teaching and learning to be able to bring about a new learning experience to our students, but again, at the same time, improving performance of our students, to see how the students can be able to react when you integrate technology, but again, to see how it can also be able to improve the ways they are learning, so that you bring about the whole concept of improvement in teaching and learning, leading to improved learning outcomes. So we focus more on the use of technology to improve access to education, especially in the areas where there is no access to education or there is limited access to education. Being about personalized learning experience, this is that can be able to go to one individual learner but again, use technology to increase collaboration among students, among teachers, or between students and teachers altogether. And then, of course, in the end, prepare our students for the future world. I mean, looking into the next 5 years, 10 years, looking into the world, what is going to happen in the next couple of years. Now we tend to prepare our students into the coming digital world. So we mean use of, for example, computers in teaching and learning, use of tablets in many ways. We might speak about the use of different learning systems like Moodle, Canvas, or any other platforms we use for accessing resources online. We might focus also on use of any simulation, for example, or animation that can be available to us to be able to use in teaching and learning. But we might also think about the different technologies used for online classes. For example, the use of Google Meet for teaching, or the use of Zoom, for example, WebEx, and mention many of them. So all these ways, the way we use them in teaching and learning brings about the concept about digital technologies or digital transformation in the ways we teach and learn. So that was just a nutshell of what we speak about digital transformation. Now, here is another question to you. What do you think are the benefits that might be brought about by the move from the way we are teaching to the digital transformation in education? What do you think will be the benefits brought about by this digital transformation in education? Please again use the chat to be able to respond to these questions, and then we come back to discuss all together about the responses we've shared. So we can use maybe 2 minutes to do that, to see what is your perception about the benefits of digital transformation in education. Any response? Yeah. So for example, Chamber says, it helps to reach a large number of learners. That is perfect. We are increasing access to education in general. Emma says better assimilation of concepts in assimilation rate. Someone also says better, time management and more engagement participation. technology simply teaching and learning. That's perfect. That's true. Creativity, simplification of teaching and learning, and so many answers. All these are the right answers, and I'm very sure that these are the right answers. So when you speak of digital transformation, it brings about a lot of benefits. So I'm just trying to say a little few of the benefits that we can be able to get from digital education. First of all, when we use digital technologies, we actually have access to a number of resources. These could be online libraries, where you get a lot of free resources that you can use in many ways for your teaching and learning. There could be a number of databases where you could be able to get a number of books, free books for you to use in teaching and learning. There could be some educational websites as well. So take examples of Coursera, for example, or maybe you take an example of any platform that might be available online for you. This is because of the digital transformation. But again, you get a lot of learning platforms and a lot of learning resources that can be obtained today. Videos, you speak about animation, you speak about simulations, you speak about any resources, you get PDF documents. All these are because of the transformations in the way we teach and learning, but the transformation in the digital world as well. But again, point number 2 is about personalized learning experiences. Today, when we use technologies in teaching and learning, we are able to reach more students at one time. I can be able to go to the level of individual learner, and then try to ensure that he can be able to get what he wants at that particular time. So I get personalized learning pathways that will be able to give the learner a path that will be actually based on how the student is, the knowledge he has, the background, the experiences, all that is needed for that particular student. That is what you call personalized experiences. But again, we speak about improved collaboration. When we speak about technology in education, we increase or improve collaboration among students or among educators, among even students and educators. This also brings about what we call learning together, or a community of learning and sharing that actually improves the learning outcomes of students. We speak about increased engagement. We speak about efficiency in productivity, meaning that today you can be able to grade students, even 700 students at one time. Instead of using a marker, a red pen to mark all the questions, now I can be able to program all the answers into a platform like Moodle or another online platform, and then my students can come and respond, and then automatically the system will be able to mark the questions. So in just a single click, you get all the answers collected because you have programmed all the answers into your platform. But again, you have increased accessibility, meaning that even students who are actually from the diverse backgrounds can now be able to go into the learning environment and be able to learn. Even those who have accessibility issues, those who have special needs, can now be taken aboard to be able to go into the learning space and be able to learn all together with other people. But today we speak about other real-world applications like virtual reality or augmented reality, where you now get a lot of learning experiences depending on the context where you are. But again, that immersive environment where you feel like you are in other worlds, but looking into what are the events that are happening, that can be able to enhance your learning. So when you speak of augmented reality, for example, it's like you are taking your mobile phone, having your AR application, and then you superimpose your phone on top of that particular book or anything. It depends on the nature of the markers you're using. But in that, when you superimpose your phone on top of that particular image, then you'll be able to get your phone, and then you can be able to and forward, move forward, the other side, up, down sides, and then you get to learn in many ways and with a varied experience. So these are some of the benefits that we think would be beneficial and be brought by the digital transformation in education. And I know there are many other benefits that we can be able to speak of, but at least this is a bigger picture of what we mean by the benefits of digital transformation in the education space. So now let's come to another question. What do you think now could be the challenges that are associated with all these transformations in the digital space in the area of education? We speak about a lot of benefits, but now these benefits might be associated with a number of challenges. Now, what do you think would be these challenges that are being associated with the use of technologies in education or the digital transformation that is happening in the education space? Please use the chat down here and then try to share your perspectives on a number of challenges you think might be associated with the use of these technologies in the education space. So let's take 2 minutes or something and then respond to this question. Okay, so I'm getting some responses here. So accessibility to tools. So in some cases, we might not be able to get the tools easily. So that might be one of the challenges. And then Bonaventure says negative attitudes towards digital transformation in education. Yeah, there could be some attitudes that might not be in a positive way that could really be hindering the use of technology in teaching and learning. Yeah, Nelson says laziness in students. Yeah, at some points, students rely on technology, especially those who are digital natives might be relying on technology and then forgetting about working on the other assignments or other work activities. And that this brings about laziness. But again, it becomes some sort of addiction that needs to be treated before it becomes. Yeah, limited awareness. Chamber says, of course, awareness and awareness is limited in most cases to some people, which means you are not able to get all the information and details you need. You would be able to at that particular time. Infrastructure, that's a common point. We know that if you don't have infrastructure, computers, for example, you don't have connectivity, you don't have platforms, nothing much will really happen in that context. And therefore, we see that these are really some of the issues or the challenges that might be brought about by this particular kind of digital transformation in the education space. So yeah, let's see now what we have in this particular area. So the first part is the digital divide. Digital divide in the sense that awareness or the gap that is existing between those who have skills and knowledge about digital technologies and those who don't have. So we speak about two groups of people, those who have knowledge about technologies and those who do not have. Now, the gap between these two people, these two groups of people, is what we call the digital divide. Now, we see that there's a tendency that many people are trying to go into the digital technologies, but there is a group that is being left behind that is not really moving into that direction. Therefore, with technologies, there is a gap that is really increasing that needs to be closed with a lot of number of solutions that can come into picture. So that could be one. But again, with the use of technology, there are a lot of other issues like privacy concerns. We are collecting a lot of data about education, a lot of data about what we learn, a lot of data from different platforms of learning, but we are not very sure how this data are actually being used. I mean, how do I know that my data is safe? How do I know that where my data is stored is safe and how the data is being used? These are some of the issues that we might be able to think of when you speak about the challenges associated with the transformation in education. But another issue is about professional development, where we speak about the skills gap or knowledge of ICT in education. So today, even though the governments are making a lot of effort to train their teachers in many ways, but there are also a number of teachers who are still left behind. And therefore, if these teachers are not really equipped in terms of skills, we might see that there is also a bigger gap that is being created because of the gap in the knowledge and skills that are required for integrating technology in education. So this could be the gap, but I'm sure that even governments are putting a lot of efforts to be able to close this gap that might happen. Yeah, as someone said again, we have issues of infrastructure and resources. We know that without infrastructure, without resources, this integration might not happen. So we speak about internet connectivity, we speak about ICT devices, computers, tablets, we speak about software applications and platforms. If and then it becomes a challenge in improve technology, teaching and learning. And another point is about digital literacy, focusing on the skills to use technology tools, not only with the educators and teachers, but also with the general public as well. This gap becomes also increasing depending on how much the skills the people have to use the technology tools in different dimensions. Now, another issue is about equity and inclusion. While technology is coming into perspective, into picture, we have to ensure that we are trying to integrate everything together and ensuring that there is everyone in the chain is being included in the chain. So if there is someone who has special needs, someone who has issues with maybe accessibility, all these people have to be taken on board to ensure that there is no one who is being left behind. And this is what we speak about equity and inclusion, to ensure that technology is actually coming into picture to allow this kind of integration. Yeah, so what could be the impact of technology on teaching and learning? A lot of impacts. I mean, I'm sure you would be able to mention a number of impacts points on this particular area. But when you speak of the impact of technology on teaching and learning, we speak about a number of technology tools that bring about instruction. For example, if we use interactive whiteboards or education software tools or multimedia resources, you can be able to engage your students in many ways, depending on the content and nature of the topic you're teaching. So engagement becomes increased, becomes technologies compared with the way we use the traditional ways of teaching, meaning the chalk and board way of teaching. But today, when we speak about technology in education, we speak about improvement in assessment. Today, I can be able to use tools like quizzes, like what Anna said about the number of tools about doing assessment. So I can be able to use a number of tools for doing assessment. And this helps me be able to save a lot of time that I could be able to use when I'm doing assessment in the physical classroom. So we have online tools, we have surveys, we have interactive assessment tools that can be really very useful for teachers and educators to improve the ways of teaching and learning. But again, with technology, you get instant feedback. You get feedback of how your students are learning, and you can also be able to twist immediately, see whether you can be able to modify or make changes to the way you are teaching to improve your learning. With feedback, you also get responses from even those students who are shy to speak in the classroom. When we use technology, we have seen that from research, we have seen that using technology can also be able to prompt even those students who are actually not able to speak, who are shy in the classroom. They can also be able to provide something, giving you a feedback of how learning is happening and what you can be able to do. And then we have issues on personalized learning, where we speak about the different learning pathways a student can be able to be offered by this technology integration to bring about, learning in a personalized manner. And finally, we have other areas like today we use a number of digital tools like the Google Documents, Teams. We speak about Padlet, Mentimeter, where we can be able to collaborate and work together to solve some issues and challenges and provide feedback to our students in different ways. So collaboration becomes much more easier compared to the ways we were used before the integration of technology in the ways of teaching and learning. So these are some of the issues that I thought would be relevant as impact, but you can still mention a lot of them, a lot of other factors or other issues that you think have really helped you in the way of teaching and brought about improvement in the way you teach in your classroom. And I'm sure you might be able to mention them. But now, if I have to ask you another question, one big question, what do you think is what do you think would be the future trend of ICT in education? I mean, think of the next 5 years or 10 years and think of the technologies that are coming into perspective. What do you think would be the trend now? I mean, what do you think would be the forthcoming technologies that you could be able to use in teaching and learning in the next couple of years, like 5 or 10 years? Use the chat and then share your responses about the digital transformation and the new technologies that might come on our way and we can use in the next couple of years. Please use the discussion forum, use the chat to share your responses. Yeah, so from the chat. All right, perfect. So Gloria speaks about AI technology. Okay, artificial intelligence. And then Aura says about GDP and ChatGPT, that is AI or Gemini or any other platform like that one. What are other technologies that you think you have not used but you have heard about that would bring about transformation in education? To use the chat and advanced robotics. Yeah, so today we speak about robotics and mechatronics as ways to be able to use, to improve thinking, creativity to our students in many ways. So the making space for students, even children, to be able to create something that is tangible as a real. So there is a robot teacher, there is virtual learning. Gloria says virtual learning. So the ones taught by Anna tonight, so a number of tools taught by Anna tonight, which are actually AI-based as well, are really important. Yeah, like Stephen has mentioned one tool that was mentioned by Anna, quizzes for online assessment of your students. So we get to see a number of tools that are really very important and that we think might be coming into perspective in the next couple of years to transform the way we teach and learn in the coming years. Now, let me see what I have had in store for you. So we speak about AI, as many of you have said, the artificial intelligence thing. You see now today, we are actually having teachers who might be able to use technologies. I mean, artificial intelligence technology to improve ways of teaching. Now, of course, the coming of new technologies has brought also a lot of other fears and challenges that we think might be imposed with the use of technology. It all depends on how you are actually using this technology. But again, it also depends on how you know about how best you can be able to use this technology. So for example, if we think about ChatGPT as one of the AI technologies, today it has helped us a lot in answering a lot of questions. But then on the other side, it might be killing the creative nature of our students, because students might not be able to tweak even the answers from the ChatGPT thing. Then they might be able to do the copying and pasting thing, which might be jeopardizing their own creativity and their own thinking. So proper use of these tools will bring about post, but improper use or forced use of these tools might also bring about a lot of issues in the way we teach. So that is one to note. But again, we speak about virtual reality and augmented reality to bring about a massive learning experience into the world where immersivity was not available. We speak about adaptive learning technologies that might be bringing about how we work on one student, looking into the weaknesses he has, or the strength he has, the background he has, and all the knowledge he has, and look into what you can be able to support as he keeps on learning on a path. That's what you call adaptive learning. And today we have what you call intelligent tutoring systems, or ITSs, that have this particular path to look into how a student is progressing and then trying to give a path to a direction of learning depending on the performance of the student as he goes forward. So all these are the issues that we focus on today. But we speak about gamification. Gamification is also the use of games and gamification in general to motivate students in learning. Something that is already in practice, but it has been more improved to incorporate many aspects that could be really very relevant for us to be able to use as we keep on teaching learning. And we speak about mobile learning that allows you to be able to access content or learn from anywhere. Imagine you have registered for a course on Coursera. You can be able to access your course on your mobile devices anywhere, even if you're traveling, you're in a bus, you're in a plane. You just have to have your internet and you are all to go. So these are technologies that will impact our learning experiences as we move forward to the next couple of years. And finally, we speak about what you call blockchain technology. Broadly speaking, it can be used in many dimensions, but when we speak of blockchain in education, we speak about storage and verification of academic credentials. Your degree certificates, diploma certificates can be verified well using blockchain technology, helping you to be able to ensure that the certificate is genuine and it's not a forged certificate, especially when you're applying for jobs or anything of that kind. So we have many applications that you can be able to use into that space to ensure that technology is also coming up. Now, I'm coming almost towards the end of this presentation. One question to you now, the participants. What do you think will be your in this digital transformation in education? You as an educator, you as a teacher, you as someone who has students to take care of, what do you think will be your role, in this space? Will you be someone who is just sitting, seeing how things are moving forward? Will you be someone who is reacting, participating, engaging, doing something? Or will you be something who is also even creating something that is coming into the pipeline? Use the chat below to be able to share about your experiences of what you think you will be in this particular chain of the digital transformation in education. All right, so let's see what will be your role. Yeah, just waiting for the posts to come, for the comments to come. What will be your role in this transformation, digital transformation in education? that's coming up? Yeah, so Hamid says, enhancing others to use technology tools. Okay, so something like facilitating or inspiring others to use technology and tools. What else? Who else? Yeah, I want to be, I want to be able to change the platform of teaching to make it digital. So Abraham Jacob says he has not been able to understand the question. So I'm trying to figure out this digital transformation, especially in the sphere and the space of education. And then trying to see the number of technologies that are coming into perspective. But again, looking to the key players, teachers, students, and educators in general. What will be your role in this chain of changes that are going to happen or that are in the next couple of years, for example? That is the bigger question, Abraham. So, Stephen, I will leverage on technology to transform my teaching. That's perfect. And I see there is also a response on Chamber Niga to make deliberate effort to get relevant information so as to be part of this transformation. Okay. Emirate, I'll be using the digital tools for enhancing teaching also. Okay, right? Perfect. Okay. I'll be in tune with changes in global, all right, in global and research activity. So in tune means you go with the flow. That's what you mean, Jerome? Chris? Is it like you want to go with the flow? What comes, you connect with the flow and go? And I will be a great digital teacher. But how will you be a great digital teacher? What will you do to show your greatness? That is my question. I will digitize my teaching in add pictures. Okay. I don't get the voice. Oh, you don't get. So I encourage learners and teachers to use digital technology tools. Ensure you stay all right. Manage and optimize that. Okay. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of responses to aid my teaching and learning. Okay. So more responses are coming. But my bigger question was, okay, thank you. So lesser teaching. Okay, now Abraham Jacob is coming back. Lesser teaching, more guidance on digital technology tools. Okay, perfect. I guess all your responses are all correct. But my bigger picture was I wanted to see how you say, what will be your role? I mean, will you be someone like a spectator, just seeing everything as it goes and trying your best to connect? Or you think you'll be also in the creation space where you also take part in the evolution, in the transformation? What I'm saying is we have had a lot of resources and tools that have been created by other people. But you can now be able to use a number of technologies to create a number of tools as well, or resources. Why not play the role of a creator than the role of a consumer on space when you are engaging with your students? That was my big question. So what I wanted to say is basically to inspire you, to motivate you, not being the consumer all the time, but think of moving into the consumption space, then going into the creation space as well, so that you are all or creating something that might be really very in the other occasion. For example, you are in Nigeria now. I wanted you to create something that a teacher in Tanzania can also be able to benefit from, or a teacher all the way in South Africa can also be able to benefit into that space as well. That is the question that I was focusing on. All right, so Stephen, I will employ my creativity in AI and all. I just want to take part. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you can also take part in many ways. You can take part in the curriculum design, where you can also be able to, if your curriculum does not really integrate technology, then this would be the space where you can be able to create your technology. But again, you can also be participating as an instruction designer, where you use a number of technology tools to design instructions that would be really relevant for you to use in your own classroom. We speak about student engagement. Think of how technology can be used and what will be your role in the space of technology integration. And finally, we speak, next we speak about professional development. As a teacher, you need to keep updated, look into the changes that happen in education, and then try your best to be able to cope with what is really happening to ensure that the space is not moving far away from yourself, so that you are always updated and you know what's really happening in the place. And finally, the digital citizenship, where you as a teacher, you need to connect with what is happening in the world and become a digital citizen. Using technology, this is possible, and you can be able to use a lot of other technology tools. Okay, so that's all I would like to say. Now, as a teacher or as an educator or someone who is interested in education, these are a few key points that I thought would be relevant for you to be able to engage in, especially as you keep on preparing to connect with the transformations that are happening in education. So first of all, you start small. Even if you have a smartphone, you have a tablet, use your tablet to do something. Create some resources, create some artifacts that you think would be relevant to others. You have your smartphone, you can be able to record a piece of a video, training about a concept in the classroom, upload your video onto a YouTube platform, and then make available that video to others to use your resource. So let's be and try to move from the consumption space towards the creation space to ensure that we have our own resources as well. Attend workshops and webinars wherever possible. A webinar like this is really very important for you to be able to get some knowledge about where we are, where we're moving, where is the world moving in terms of the technologies and education, and all those kind of stuff. Collaborate with colleagues. Don't stay alone. Talk to people, talk to neighbors, talk to your colleagues, and then share experiences in many ways that you can be able to do that, so that you are actually moving forward, but you're moving together. So if you're in a school, ensure that you can be able to share a little bit you have with others, so that you are almost on the same level of knowledge. We don't see that digital gap increasing between teachers and teachers, because we have different capabilities and different skills. Decrease that digital gap. We should not be having a layer of teachers who are very skilled in ICT, and then another layer down with a lot of teachers who do not have even the basics of education or of technology education. Now, try your best to bridge this gap by training these teachers in this group with no knowledge of ICT, so that you are now moving on the same line and trying to go on the same level. Use online resources as possible, as much as you can. Engage in social media, especially on the activity. Post something about what you're doing, so that people get to know what you're doing clearly. And probably some might be interested also in collaborating with you and trying to see if there is any project that might be relevant. They might be interested in working with you as well. So use this opportunity to be able to share something with us. But again, do some experiments, try something new, reflect, make reflections you're doing. And then finally, try to seek student advice and get some feedback from students on how you're improving, how you're using technology. I know there might be some challenges at the beginning, but on trying your best, things will change and you will actually be able to move forward in many ways. So now one big question I would want to ask you to know your perception about this digital transformation in education. Now, this is the question. Do you think this digital transformation in education, the coming of technologies, we speak about AI, we speak about the robot teacher, we speak about the robots coming into classroom and teaching. In a number of cases in India, for example, a number of cases of robots being designed to teach some cases. And of course, we speak about new technologies coming up today, artificial intelligence and everything. Now, do you think the coming of all these technologies will also be able to replace you as a teacher? If you think yes, give a comment why you think yes. And if you say no, give a comment of why you say it won't replace me as a teacher. Please use the chat to share your experiences. So put your comment on the chat, please. Just waiting for the comments. And while I'm waiting for the comment, I'm sharing the link to my work.
While he's sharing the link, please can we mute our mics, please? Can we all mute our mics? Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Having said that, can we on our video? Miss Anna, you can also do it to help us take pictures. Dr. Lucian can also help us take pictures from there.
Yeah, sure.
You
So
can help us take... Okay, please. Please, on your video, we are taking pictures now. On your videos, we are taking pictures now. On your videos, we are taking pictures.
Okay.
On your videos,
okay,
we are
perfect.
taking pictures.
Yeah, could you stop sharing the screen so we can take the picture if you want to?
Okay, so I'm also getting some feedback about will technology replace you as a teacher? I have also shared some resources, the websites I wanted to share for you to navigate right on. So I see Fatma is saying, repeat the question, please. So what I said is, do you think the coming of so we speak about AI, robotics and all, coming of all these technologies and future technologies to come in the next couple of years, 5, 10, 20 years, will this coming of technologies replace you as a teacher, you as someone who is dealing with students, you as an educator in your teaching space? That was the question. So you just say, yes, it will replace because blah, 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 blah. And you say, no, it won't replace me as a teacher or educator because blah, 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 blah. That was the question, Fatma. So Nelson says, I don't think it will replace me as a teacher, but you didn't give the reason why you think it won't replace you as a teacher. Technology can only replace teachers who refuse to update themselves. That is Christopher Yolo. And then I see some responses from Ed. No, when teachers will be attaching with the use of digital technologies. Okay, so Josephat, no, they cannot replace me as a teacher because they still need me to operate them. Perfect. And then Latif says, the students will always need the human touch, the passion, which AI cannot give. That is perfect. I'm impressed by, as I'm trying my best, that my potential remains relevant even in the presence of AI. Okay, Neema Munua says, yeah, the few no number will be replaced. Madam Neema, would you say a little bit about these few numbers of teachers will be replaced? You mean, what kind of teachers will be replaced? If you can write something on top of that. Tunguja says, I can't, since it needs some control. So I think I'll be controlling the machine or the device. No, because I'll always upgrade myself, and therefore these technology changes will not take me on the floor. So I'll be able to cope with everything that is coming up. Nelson Emanuela says, this is because I am updating myself and I'll be relevant in all areas. So I won't be replaced. I can't be replaced because I keep updating myself and deployed. Okay. So yeah, so no, because students need me to facilitate them. Jocelyn says, no, please, I don't think so. I'll be there to facilitate my learners in whatever way. But the robot is coming. We have seen cases in India, cases in some other countries where the robot is coming to class, a robot professor coming to class and teach. So probably in the next 5, 10 years, this robot might be coming to your class. Now, what will you do when it comes? Will you go away or will you stay in the classroom? That is the thing. So it cannot replace me as a teacher because it needs me to work with it. Excel as a teacher, I refuse to change my mind. I can't be replaced because it needs advice. No, because the students will still need me for, okay. So yeah, I see many responses being no. And of course, I would say no would be the right answer, but the answers might depend also. I'm not saying exactly it's no, but probably in the next couple of years, who knows? But in the meantime, if a robot comes, someone will be there to operate the robot. But again, even if the robot comes in class, it won't have motions, it won't have the gestures, it won't have that kind of feeling, the experiences that students will be able to get from me as a teacher, as a human teacher, than when the robot is coming into a class or another device. So that's what I thought to be able to share for today about the transformations in digital education. And I think, and here are my contact details just in case. So I am also on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter. And by the name Lucian Ngeze, if you search that, you'll be able to get me. And this is my number, WhatsApp number, and other contact details. My YouTube, my website, where you get time to explore as well. So I think that's all from my end. If there is any question,
Потише пока.
I'm just ready to respond to the questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Lucien. I hope our videos are on. We are taking pictures. Dr. Lucien and Ms. Anna are helping us to take pictures. Now, thank you so much, Dr. Lucien. What a wonderful way, what a wonderful presentation, what you have helped us to do. If you have questions, kindly put your questions in the comment box. Put your question in the chat box. We're just gonna entertain like 2 to 3 questions. And then those on the YouTube channel, the YouTube channel has been very, very interactive. So if you're on those that are on YouTube platform, kindly ensure you can ask your question as well. Those on the YouTube platform, please ask your questions as well. Okay, so if you have any question, kindly put it in the comment box. We are also checking on the YouTube platform to see if you have a question. Okay, I can see Kiangwi Isaiah from Kenya on the YouTube platform is following on live from the YouTube. We have about 5-6 persons on the YouTube following from different countries. Thank you so much, people from YouTube. We love that. So is there any question? Is there any question from anybody? Is there any question from anybody? Okay. In the absence of no question, I'm going to pass quite few information now. But while we do that, like we said, we are taking names now. Miss Grace, are you there? Miss Grace Jerume. Please, you can unmute if you are there, please. Miss Grace Jerume, if you are there, please kindly unmute. Miss Grace, if you are there, kindly unmute. Miss Grace. Oh, I don't think she's there. Okay, what about Mr. Abioyo Oluwafemi? Please,
yes, I'm with you.
Okay, please kindly help us put down the names of everybody that is here. Like we have promised, we'll start passing few information across.
Please, before you go on, sir, just a minute. Before you go on, we have some people that their names are not, their accounts are not properly named. Please, can you do well to rename your account so that you'll be able to take your name properly? Thank you. And please do it to write it according to the way you want it to be on the certificate.
Okay, put your name correctly. Put your name correctly the way you want it on the certificate. We are going to put it down. So let me quickly pass the few information that we have. This is Emerald Edu Concept and Services. And then we usually organize the Global Educators Webinar every quarter. In the last quarter, we held the digital, we held the Global Classroom. And then, of course, we had facilitators from Mexico and India joining us live. Today, this quarter, we are looking at digital transformation in education. And so far, so good. You have learned about some tools you can use in the classroom and outside the classroom. And of course, digital transformation in education and how you can key in as an educator in this time and age. Now, having said that, please, we would also like to do a roll call. Kindly tell us the country you are coming from, your country. We want to know how many countries are represented here. Right on YouTube, we have Nigeria. Right from YouTube, we have Nigeria. We have Kenya. We have South Africa. We have, okay, which one again? And we have Ghana. We have South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria being represented on the YouTube platform. So let us know the country you are joining from live.